Sandalphon, who was once thought to be released as a playable dragon especially for Regina, is now released not as a dragon, but as a 5-star water staff unit. Though being a healing unit, she is vastly different from any healers in the game right now. She is a healer who performs better when controlled manually, and has both good healing and defensive capabilities, instead of having one over the other. She is also the very first healing unit that has access to a unique transformation in the form of her angelic wings, illustrated at the back of her character art. Speaking of character art, all current archangels have something similar too. Another peculiarity is that there are similarities between Sandalphon's and Regina's kits. Makes sense as there are partners. Enough of these, let's get into the details of her kit. While in her normal state, Sandalphon has a unique attack pattern, currently the only healing unit that has one. Unlike other healing units, all hits deal the same amount of damage. It has also 3 peculiar features, the first being it creates a small AoE around her when attacking, which also deals the same amount of damage. Second, she can also gain SP, even if her attacks don't hit anyone. Third, each attack can restore the HP of herself, and the ally with the lowest current HP with 5% potency. This alone already makes Sandalphon a very good healer, as she can constantly heal even without the use of her skills. The third peculiarity also allows Sandalphon to make room for a potential DPS/healer hybrid, which is feasible as Sandalphon is meant for manual control. All of Sandalphon's skills consume one level of the skill reservoir, in which one reservoir is equal to 3450 SP. Her first skill, Angelic Praise, restores HP to everyone in team with 80% potency, and continues to heal with 20% potency for the next 15 seconds every 2.9 seconds. This skill also activates additional effects, based on the type of protocol she currently possesses. Just like Regina, she has Coordination Protocol and Concentration Protocol, which can be interchanged when charging her Force Strike. During Coordination Protocol, she grants over damage to the team, based on 40% of her strength for 30 seconds. During Concentration Protocol, she gains a stack of the Rapid Analysis effect, which can stack up to 3 times. This effect will be important to her skills while shapeshifted. Speaking of shapeshifting, when Sandalphon shapeshifts, Celestial Skewer is used instead. This variant gains SP in the traditional way, and costs 3940 SP. It deals 2658% damage, and consumes one available Rapid Analysis stack, restoring HP to the entire team with 60% potency, and also immediately prepares this skill for use. This skill is very complicated, having 3 different forms, based on the type of protocol, and state that Sandalphon is currently in. As a healing skill, it's a powerful skill, that also has a low SP cost. With the addition of overdamage, and enhancing of her shape-shifted skills through the Rapid Analysis stack, it becomes an incredible skill, that brings both good healing, direct damage, and damage support. Overall, a very long skill, that is insanely powerful when used properly. Her second skill, Angelic Wings, restores HP to teammates with 121% potency, and provides additional effects, based on the protocol she currently has. During Coordination Protocol, it cleanses all afflictions from the entire team, and whoever gets cleansed, has their maximum HP increased by 30%. During Concentration Protocol, it becomes selfish, increasing Sandalphon's UTP gauge by 400 UTP, or around 13%. When shape-shifted, she uses Celestial Castling instead. Celestial Castling costs 5240 SP, deals 2191% damage, and inflicts Frostbite, as well as one of the any elemental damage over time afflictions, with 110% base chance. Also, when Sandalphon has at least one stack of Rapid Analysis, this form of the skill consumes one stack, and restores HP to everyone in the team with 50% potency, as well as immediately ready the skill for use. This skill is also very complicated, also having 3 different forms. By itself, it is also a powerful healing skill. However, this skill trades off the ability to provide rapid analysis stacks with the ability to gain UTP for her transformation through her concentration protocol. During coordination protocol, she becomes a great cleanser with the increase in maximum HP, a very nice defensive buff. As for celestial castling, it became a skill with good damage and decent cost. The ability to inflict up to 2 forms of afflictions is a slightly weaker version of Regina's Imperial Castling, but still a great skill nonetheless. Overall, a great skill that provides a lot of utility when in human form, and a powerful damage-oriented skill when in the Heavenly Wings form. For co-abilities, Sandalphon has the standard recovery potency ability, accompanied by a rarely used co-ability, Vengeful Shield, which was first introduced with Valentine's Chelsea. This ability provides a shield that nullifies damage up to 25% of the ally's maximum HP, with the condition of being hit by an attack that inflicts an affliction. In endgame battles, this ability will see a lot of use, due to afflictions being literally everywhere. Therefore, this co-ability is a good one to have on any unit. Sandalphon is resistant to stun, which for me is preferred on Sandalphon specifically, as she doesn't have to fear burning as much due to her constant healing and low SP costs on her healing skills. For her abilities, we'll first look at her Heavenly Wings, which she actually used in the event story to gain a massive power surge during the Great Battle of Grams. This form of unique transformation is categorized under hybrid transformations, the same category as Gullanot and Tiki. This transformation replaces the dragon gauge with a unique shapeshift gauge, which actually holds 1800 UTP instead of 3000. This screws up the percentage I made in her skill 2, in which 600 UTP now represents 33.33% of this gauge. Sandalphon will require at least 560 UTP in order to transform, which is about 31% of the gauge. This form follows the rules of hybrid transformations, having independent modifiers on normal attacks, UTP gain on normal attacks, immunity to all afflictions, and not being affected by dragon abilities except for Dragon Haste and Dragon Prep. While in her Heavenly Wings transformation, Sandalphon receives 50% less damage from enemies. The second part of this ability is very similar to Regina. She gains the coordination protocol effect at the start of quests, and can switch to concentration protocol and vice versa, by holding down her force strike. She is also able to gain defense amps, with a maximum team amp level of 3, through the use of any of her own skills. This eerily seems like to be a repeat of Lazri's spiraled ability, but unlike Lazri, who has that annoying 30-second cooldown, this ability has 20 seconds instead. This will still permit team amp levels beyond level 1, when Sandalphon is the only unit in the team providing defense amps. Her second ability, Combat Coordinator, allows a build focused on her Heavenly Wings state. It fills her own UTP gauge by 150 UTP, which is at around 8%, every time her HP is restored. This ability has a short cooldown time at 10 seconds. Being able to perform heals most of the time, this is an incredibly useful ability that uses her best asset to further improve another good asset. The only limit of this ability is that it becomes useless if Sandalphon's HP is already full. So, Sandalphon is a healer. But, she doesn't play the same way as any other healer in the game. She possesses great healing capabilities as well as good damage potential thanks to her Heavenly Wings transformation. In terms of build, having a DPS build will be a good option, as her healing is already adequate even without equipment, so the focus on damage will not take away a lot of her healing capabilities. But, if she is the only healer in the team, or if the team doesn't have any other unit that can increase overall team survivability, then having a DPS/healer hybrid build is a preferred option. For her dragon, both offensive and defensive dragons work well on her. For a damage build, Reborn Poseidon is a great option. For a hybrid build, the Twin Rabbits provide a good balance of both offense and healing. For her team composition, if you want to build Sandalphon as a main DPS during her Heavenly Wing state, having water units with a lot of Dragon Haste on co-abilities will be good, such as sword units and those with Dragon Haste as chain co-abilities. She'll also need another teammate with survivability support, to reduce the reliance on Sandalphon's healing. A great unit for this is Pipple, as it increases defense as well as provide offensive support through energy. If she is built as a healer, then a standard team will do just fine. As for her Wimprint setup, this is what I would use on her, if I actually have her. I actually didn't have much interest in this character, until I researched her kit in detail. Despite this, I would not actually use her as much as what everyone else expects, even if I have her. It just isn't my type of preferred play. Sandalphon is definitely a unique unit among all of her healer peers. The only similarity that she shares with them is her ability to actually heal, the basis of all healers in game. She has powerful heals with low SP costs, accompanied by a lot of utility and even great damage potential. This makes her playstyle vastly different too, as she becomes more reliant on manual play to get the most out of her. In fact, the significantly lower performance when autoplayed is one of her major weaknesses in my opinion, especially when using another main DPS over Sandalphon in a battle. But overall, Sandalphon is very powerful in terms of a healer, and as a main DPS unit, which becomes a lot more profound when played manually. Now go out there and hope that I'm able to catch up to the new Halloween units, as this video took much longer than I expected, thanks to my now significantly shortened free time and dwindling health condition. That's all from me. Moga out.